Hey everyone, how's it going? I'm Adam, welcome to Brixo Studios. Today we're looking at 75275. This is the UCS A-Wing Starfighter. So as we all know, this is the latest LEGO Star Wars UCS set, released on May the 1st. This set has 1,673 pieces and in the UK retails for £180 or £179.99. In this video we're going to be looking at, well, it's not going to be a regular review, so normally on this sort of a larger scale set I would do a really long 25-minute video like I did with UCS Y-Wing last year, and I just didn't enjoy doing that very much because it was just me blaring on about random crap that not many people really want to hear about. So we're going to be doing more of a quick overview and more of pros and cons, in my opinion, of what I think is good and obviously what I think is bad about this set. So yeah, first of all, we're going to look at our minifig, so let's get into that. So our one and only minifigure in this set is the A-Wing pilot. It doesn't say anything specific, whether he's Green Leader or something, or just a random A-Wing pilot. This is an exclusive figure to this set, which is nice to see an exclusive figure in a UCS set. It's always nice. We pay a bit extra, a bit more premium, and we get a nice exclusive figure. This minifigure specifically is a very nice and detailed pilot. I do like it. It's got some very nice detailing on it. If you can see that torso, it is very, very nice with sort of breathing apparatus and stuff they use in the pilots and stuff. I'm not really familiar with all the technical stuff. There is one thing I thought was quite odd. If you see the white bit here, which is basically, if I take it off, the leg sort of connection thing, I thought that was quite odd because when you put it on the fig, it sort of looks a bit out of place in my opinion. Just a white in the middle of all the green. I don't know, it might just be me, but it did seem a bit odd, and I'm not the biggest fan of that, personally. But it's still overall quite a nice print. Just a little nitpick of mine is, just my little nitpick. When we turn over to the back, the torso printing is pretty basic, really. It's just a grey, it's basically the continuation of the vest. It's on the front, but without anything above it, on stuff. So yeah, it's pretty basic. He does come with a little weapon. It is just a basic single blaster pistol. It's not very exciting. His face print, he's got two. Obviously you saw on the back, but we're going to look at the more detail now. He's got a little smirk on his face. It's quite nice. And on the back, more of a worried expression, which is always nice to see. Smirky and then a worried one. Just pretty basic. The helmet is quite a nice mould. It's got some nice different colours. It's got some of the red markings. That looks like a microphone piece sort of thing. The navy blue, a bit of silver there, a bit of dark tan, and it's sort of quite a nice design. The red markings again. It's just, it's quite a nice helmet. I do like it. Obviously there's no visor or anything, no mould piece or special thing, but I believe the A-Wing pilot helmet is different to a normal like X-Wing anyways, I think, in the original trilogy. That concludes the look at our little A-Wing pilot. Now on to the A-Wing. So before we do take a look at the A-Wing, I did just want to mention about the stand. Obviously we do know that UCS sets always get stand, and they're always very similar in design. Nothing too different with this one. It's obviously got the black all tiled off in most places, except here, which is odd because they could put tiles above there. Not sure why they've never done that, but they just don't. It also has a function where you can just put it straight or put it slanted, so nothing really different there. You also got a place for a minifig to go, using two jumper tile thingies, which is quite nice. And then it's got the UCS plaque sticker thing, which has the Star Wars, A-Wing Starfighter. So then it's got the manufacturer, the length, the engines, the hyperdrive, the shielding, and the weapons. You can take a look at it there. It's pretty interesting, some specifics. If you do want to look at some Star Wars nerd stuff, I don't know, if you find that interesting. I do personally, so yeah. Anyways, it's a pretty basic stand, nothing special. Let's get on to the main event of the video. Obviously, the A-Wing. So, as we all know, this is the main event, as I just said. This is the lovely A-Wing. So now, this is where my problems do start happening. And I'm sad to say that there is problems, but you can never get a perfect set. And so let's get into the first problem. We are starting at the front here. And as you can see, they do meet quite perfectly. The front is quite nicely moulded with some Technic in the middle there. It's quite nice and fun to build, but it it's a bit stubby in my opinion, at least. Is what I'm thinking, and a lot of other people's. Now, people did point this out to me, and I do kind of agree with them now I'm looking at it. So, Solo Brick Builder and London Bridge Bricks, they're great people. On a stream the other night, they pointed out I was on, and I do agree. I did look at it, and they even pointed out that in the manual, this sort of concept art, you can see like how smooth the front is. And now, obviously, we can't expect everything to be the smoothest because it is a Lego set. Lego is blocky. It's meant to be blocky. But they could have done a little bit better. They could have extended it a little bit. And you can even see another picture here. It does look a bit less stubby. They could have made it a bit longer. And as you can, I mean, obviously it's not going to be an exact replica, but they could have done it a little bit more. As you can see in this picture here, you look at where the cockpit is. It's quite small compared to this model. And I know it's like scaled down, but still, it is kind of a little nitpick I don't like very much. But then again, this problem here, the stubbiness, does lead into another problem that I have been pointed out to, again, by London Bridge Bricks and Solo Brick Builder. If I zoom in, you see that little gap there, if you can see it. Yeah, the cockpit piece, the specialised piece here, this bit, it leans over, so it leans over like about here, and it's a little gap, and it's really annoying. Literally, you can, if I just put it back on quick, sorry, about the camera, but it is a gap, and it's over it, and it's quite annoying. They could have sorted this by making the cockpit piece a little bit smaller, or they could have extended the front a little bit. There's two ways to do that, and now doing this would inflate the piece count and make it more expensive, but then doing that would probably inflate the price of that production, and probably inflate the price, so not really winning, but it would be a little nice to have that. Yeah. But now there is one bonus, I do gotta say. It's very tiled off, this design. So the front may be stubby, but it is very nicely tiled. The red line going through the middle of the set does look very nice. I love the way it curves off here and just goes straight down. It's brilliant. I do love that. The tiles are used on these sections, even the side sections. I have a little story about that. I did build this wrong, so I made a mistake here, and I had a massive gap. And when I first filmed this video, which was like a few days ago, I said there was a little gap there. I was really annoyed, and literally, I would have put that in this video, but I'm glad I refilmed it. So, otherwise I'd look like an absolute idiot building it wrong on camera. That would have been funny though. But yeah, as I was saying, more about the tiles. There's more tiles back here. It's very awesome. It's a very smooth and clean model, which I do love as a LEGO Star Wars set. But now, another problem. These rear wings, so the sort of really cool wings I always do like, on the smaller one, which if I do grab that in a moment, on the smaller one I'll be able to compare them and I'll show you what my problem is. So I do just grab the small one quickly. Sorry about that. Just over here on the other side of my room. I'll put it next to it here. So you'll see that the wings on here are pieces, specialised pieces, and I know they won't be able to use this in this set, but if you do look, these things can move. Now these can't, because they're whole brick built pieces. Now I would have liked if they had, they need to be fixed. I know you're not going to play with it, but still, at least would have been nice to not just have them like that, because you can just change the angle and it just look really weird, and sometimes they're not even matching, which I know is a bit OCD for me because I do like my LEGO sets to look quite nice, but they just use these hinges here, and it would have been nice to, I don't know, at least try have a fixed position, like maybe use some of these tiles. That tile literally does nothing at all. Literally, it does nothing. It's pointless having it there. It doesn't stop anything. There's no point having that tile in that position, because it just does, sorry about the blur, it just doesn't make any sense. It just doesn't, and I don't like that very much. But yeah, you can have them in a position, it does look quite cool, but it's just a fixed position that does bug me quite a lot. I'll move the little one out of the way, and we can get on to more problems. Now, I do want to take a look at the engines, and you may have seen in a few other reviews, you know what people's problems are with these engines. Now, I really like the way they look. They are great builds and fun to do. I enjoyed bag 5 and 6, which are the bags you build them in. But I don't like the way they're connected. They're very wobbly. which you'd expect. Then you literally just hold the camera like that. You can literally just take it off, and it's connected by one connection, which, if I can do it, is that. So this thing is the only connection to this, and it's very weak. I know this does sort of do something because it slots into there, I believe, but it's not. It's a very weak connection, and it is quite wobbly. If you do check out Solo Brick Builder's review, I believe I've watched it, and he explains how fragile his engines were, and mine are a little less fragile, but it's still a point to mention that these engines are quite fragile to build. Even when I was doing, I kept like breaking this part off, so they split. They're literally just connected by the clutch power there. So yeah, it's not really the best, and I wish they connected by at least one more point, so it's 2 points of contact, 2 Technic things or bricks or something. It would have been nicer to been able to have that. Like, so you've got these, you've got empty pins here. They could have put some connections in this area. I don't know. It's yeah, they could have done that. But these engines do look nice. I do like them. The pieces are really cool, and the yellow is a really nice colour. I really do like the way that I've built. Right, excuse me. I just got to put these back on. Yeah, that's what I mean. See, look, these things just broke off. So they are maybe built with bricks, but they're not the best. There we go, back on. So yeah. Anyways, round to the back we go. It's a very nice rear section. I do like the engines. They do look, again, very awesome. And you've got both sets of wings. You've got the small ones down here, on the bottom, and then you've got the big ones, which I just mentioned. Then you also got this thing, which I never really know what it does. Yeah. It looks cool though. It's quite a fun build. Yeah, it was very interesting. And also, they did have details here. So if you do see those 2 pieces there, those weren't necessary. They didn't need to do that. But they filled it in for extra detail. The designer, like, I think that's great how he did that. I think that's really awesome. Again, also piece usage here, arch piece. That's just bloody awesome. I've done that. I do love that. It's a very interesting piece usage. And the way he uses these pieces here to tile off the sort of cockpit area is very nice, and even the corner one is here. It's awesome. He uses some cool pieces to achieve some cool techniques, and I believe this is the guy who designed the Slave 1, UCS Slave 1. So yeah, you can expect some good stuff in this guy. But I do have some more problems, especially these things. You look at that. Wobbly. Very, very wobbly. So there is a problem with this. The sound just fell down again. That's annoying. They are a bit wobbly. I know the ship's quite wobbly as it's on the stand, but it is quite a wobbly section of the main build. But it is quite a wobbly section. I do not like it very much. It's a fun build, but it's the way it's connected to the set that I do have a problem with. Sorry I keep putting the camera down. When I'm doing it one-handed, I have to hold the set with 2 hands. So I am sorry if it's a bit annoying. So here we go. That's the main Technic frame. And you may be wondering, where are they connected? So they always come off when you pull it off. So it's connected here and here. Do bring it down. So it's this ball joint here. And it's this thing here that's connected by a golden rod that goes through the middle there. If I do just take them off a minute, and I do take both, you can have a look. Connections and everything. So we'll just do that. So yeah, give me a second. So yeah, this is the thing that connects to it. So it's this thing, so that it goes through this red hole. And the 2 grey bits here, they connect onto there, like that. And this ball joint here obviously goes into that bit there. It's a very wobbly, weak connection, and I wish they would have been able to do that a little more. So it's literally just one ball joint and this thing. And even with both of those, there should be at least one down the front here. 3-point contact to make it a little less wobbly. I would prefer that personally, but it's not really the biggest deal in the world. I'm just putting these back together, don't mind me, I'm just going to ramble on. It's not the biggest deal, but if you're going to move it around, then it is quite wobbly and it can be quite annoying, I suppose, sometimes. But it is, yeah, they can't really help that if it's not enough space in the set to put the third connection, and they couldn't. But I did wish they did have one in it. And also, it does use quite a cool. That's the golden rod that goes in, and then you just place a tile on top like that, and it's seamless. It looks absolutely awesome. Now, there's one final problem before we get into some more good stuff. I know I got a lot of bad things about this set, but this is the last one. You see this bottom here, the bottom section, all flat and everything. Now, where is the landing gear? Where is it, you may ask? Well, it's nowhere to be seen. Now, you'd expect to have landing gear on a UCS set as it's so detailed, but the designer just flattened out it with some plates. Now, if I do go up to my shelf, sorry about this, we look at the UCS Y-Wing. Look at that, landing gear. Landing gear. And more landing gear over there. So, if I do just do this yet, I have having to reach up, because my shelf is quite high up. Yeah, that's my example. Look, landing gear. Whereas this set doesn't have landing gear. So that is a complaint. I don't know if they don't know why they didn't do it. There is a lot of, if when you're building it, there is a lot of Technic frame in this sort of section. So below this is some Technic here. Most of this is Technic. So that sort of restricts the one here. And also even like behind these engines, so this area, I mean they could have done it there because literally underneath these, he literally has holes, they're hollow inside. Most of these, some of these, yeah. They could have done the back landing gear, but maybe not possible with the front, so it would have been pointless, essentially. So yeah, but it's still kind of an annoying problem. They didn't do it because it's a UCS set. You'd think they put as much detail as they can into it. But yeah. Anyways, now onto finally a good thing. These things, these lovely guns. I do love the way these are built. They use a lot of these black lightsaber hilts. I'm sorry for the lighting. The light's not really reflecting off them. There we go, that's better. You can see a lot of the black techniques and stuff, and it uses these really cool pieces here. Some wheels as well. Add some white, and then the tips are these dark red, which is the colour most used through the set. There is a sort of feature with these. Boo. Ooh. So they can go up and down. It's not a feature used in the film, but I remember watching a designer video. The designer saw it in like a book or something and was like, oh, detail, not on the film, but it's still part of the design. So it's cool that they didn't just research from the films, they went into books and stuff, so that's quite interesting to see that. It's quite awesome. But yeah, that will conclude my quick overview of the A-Wing. It is still 13 minutes about, so yeah. But it was quicker than my 25-minute video, which it already was. When I was filming, I literally went into so many piece usages and random crap that you don't really care about. But yeah, yeah, it's just, yeah, I don't know. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video. It's an awesome set. I do recommend it. Is a bit pricey. Yes, kind of. I would rather get something else, but it is an awesome set to have in the collection. I am glad I still bought it. I'm still just glad I have it. Anyways, see you guys in the next one. Peace.